How Dolton's Golden Girl became the FBI's latest case. The rise and fall of Mayor Tiffany Henyard's small-town drama in Dolton, Illinois, has taken a jaw-dropping turn, with Mayor Tiffany Henyard at the center of an FBI investigation. Henyard, once celebrated as Dolton's Golden Girl, now faces allegations of wire fraud and mismanagement that reportedly turned the village's financial surplus into a staggering deficit. This story has all the makings of a scandal. Luxury shopping sprees, exotic vacations, and extravagant security costs, all allegedly funded by public money. A promising start with a sudden turn when Tiffany Henyard was sworn in as mayor following the unexpected passing of Frank Zuccarelli. She made bold promises to revitalize Dolton. Her initial popularity soared as she projected an image of hope and ambition. However, it wasn't long before concerns began surfacing. Critics claimed Henyard operated as if Dolton were her personal fiefdom, stifling dissent and amassing power while village finances dwindled. Living large while Dolton struggled, Henyard's time in office allegedly mirrored a celebrity lifestyle more than a small-town mayor's duties. Reports suggest lavish vacations, designer purchases, and an expensive security detail, rumored to cost more than the annual salaries of some residents, were funded through questionable means. Meanwhile, Dolton's financial health spiraled, leaving residents and officials increasingly alarmed. Mounting tensions and allegations, the village board attempted to investigate Henyard's extravagant spending, but she reportedly blocked their efforts at every turn. Trustees described her administration as not only polarizing but openly hostile, silencing critics and refusing transparency. The situation became untenable when essential bills went unpaid, prompting board members to reject motions proposed by Henyard, citing her failure to provide adequate documentation. Office chaos and exposed documents in another shocking development. A township assessor, who had served for over a decade, arrived at work to find her office locked and private documents scattered in a common area. These files contained sensitive taxpayer information, raising serious concerns about accountability and privacy under Henyard's administration. The FBI steps in after months of rumors and allegations. Federal authorities finally intervened. Henyard was handcuffed by the FBI, accused of financing her lavish lifestyle through dubious wire transfers. Dolton's residents, once hopeful for a brighter future, are now left grappling with a financial mess that could take years to repair. Lessons from a scandal, the unfolding drama has left many wondering how a small town went from financial stability to massive debt. Henyard's rise and fall serve as a stark reminder of the importance of transparency, checks and balances, and the power of local governance to hold officials accountable. Dolton's story is far from over, but one thing is clear: residents and officials alike are demanding answers and justice. From mayor to public enemy, the scandal of Tiffany Henyard and Dolton's financial freefall. Dolton, Illinois, is reeling from revelations about Mayor Tiffany Henyard's alleged financial misconduct, which has left the once prosperous town drowning in over $3.5 million of debt. This tale of small-town mismanagement has escalated into a full-blown federal investigation, with Henyard accused of turning Dolton's coffers into her personal bank account. Sensitive documents exposed alarming reports detail a troubling lapse in oversight. Previously secure documents containing taxpayers' personal information, names, addresses, and more, were found scattered in a common area. These records, formerly under lock and key, were allegedly mishandled under the new supervision of Henyard's appointees. Trustees in turmoil. Henyard's leadership faced fierce opposition from Dolton's trustees, particularly Brian and Natalie, who resisted approving payments from the general fund. Their refusal stemmed from the mayor's failure to provide transparency or include her proposals on official agendas. This stalemate led to a contentious meeting where Henyard attempted to pass budget bills, only to be met with resounding silence and eventual failure. From surplus to deficit just a few years ago, Dolton boasted millions in its bank account. Today, the town finds itself in a financial crisis, prompting comparisons to someone burning through their wallet and wondering why they can't pay rent. The mayor's alleged overspending includes excessive security details, luxury expenses, and questionable reimbursements, drawing the scrutiny of federal investigators. The FBI's deep dive. The FBI has launched a sweeping investigation, issuing subpoenas to probe Henyard's personal and professional dealings. These include her restaurant, property management ventures, political action committees, and township financial records, such as payroll, budgets, and reimbursements. Former FBI agent Ross Rice suggests the scope of the inquiry is vast, encompassing Henyard's inner circle, local businesses, and former employees. Agents are piecing together the puzzle one interview at a time, leaving no stone unturned in their search for answers. Luxury at Dolton's expense reports allege that Henyard treated Dolton's budget as her personal slush fund. Among her most controversial expenditures, an exorbitantly priced security detail that seemed more fitting for a high-profile celebrity than a small-town mayor. While Dolton struggled to fund basic services, Henyard's spending painted a stark contrast, raising questions about her priorities. What lies ahead? The federal investigation has cast a wide net, and its implications for Henyard and Dolton's leadership are profound. With subpoenas flying and interviews underway, the FBI appears intent on uncovering every detail of the mayor's actions. For Dolton's residents, the saga feels surreal, a once thriving village now crippled by debt and scandal. As Henyard's political future hangs by a thread, the community can only hope for accountability and a chance to rebuild from this financial catastrophe. This isn't just a story about one mayor's fall from grace. It's a cautionary tale about the consequences of unchecked power and the importance of safeguarding public funds. Dolton's mayor scandal. From lavish spending to FBI scrutiny and local outrage, the unfolding drama in Dolton, Illinois, has reached new levels of scandal, with Mayor Tiffany Henyard accused of bankrupting the town while indulging in a lifestyle that would make reality TV stars jealous. As the FBI digs deeper into her spending, residents are growing increasingly outraged, demanding accountability and change. Luxury over necessity. Mayor Henyard's alleged misuse of public funds paints a jaw-dropping picture. A $333,000 Amazon spree in one day, extravagant vacations, a security detail rivaling presidential standards, and high-end dining. Residents of Dolton were left to fend for themselves with pothole-ridden streets and strained services, while Henyard seemed to treat the town's treasury as her personal expense account. Claims of purchases like gold-plated staplers, designer face masks, and even absurd quantities of everyday items add fuel to the fire. Dolton's financial deficit, now in the millions, reflects years of unchecked spending. The FBI and local oversight step and federal investigators are combing through Henyard's receipts and financial records like a forensic team at a crime scene, uncovering more evidence daily. Subpoenas have been issued, targeting her personal business dealings and township financial records. Former FBI agent Ross Rice has described the investigation as wide-reaching, indicating that both Henyard's inner circle and local businesses are under scrutiny. But the FBI isn't the only entity investigating. In a surprising twist, the Dolton Village Board has called on former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot to review Henyard's spending. Lightfoot, a former federal prosecutor, has a reputation for taking on corruption and is meticulously auditing Dolton's finances, uncovering shocking irregularities in the process. Community outrage boils over the people of Dolton are no longer staying silent. Frustrated by years of mismanagement and skyrocketing debt, they have taken to protests, demanding Henyard's resignation. At a recent village council meeting, residents didn't hold back, confronting the mayor over her alleged extravagance and calling for transparency and justice. Henyard, for her part, has tried to frame the backlash as politically motivated, attributing the scrutiny to her race and gender. However, critics argue that her claims fail to account for the stark evidence of financial mismanagement. A town on the brink. Dolton's predicament is dire. The once stable town is now metaphorically bleeding money, likened to a train crash in slow motion. As Lightfoot works to plug the financial holes and the FBI continues its investigation, residents fear their community may collapse under the weight of its debt. Henyard's lavish lifestyle contrasts sharply with the town's struggles. Whether it's the high-priced security detail, lavish vacations, or unchecked shopping sprees, the mayor's spending habits have become a symbol of the town's decline. What lies ahead? As Dolton's story unfolds, one thing is clear: accountability is inevitable. Between federal investigators, Lightfoot's financial audits, and an increasingly vocal public, the days of unchecked excess may be numbered for Tiffany Henyard. The town's residents are demanding change, hoping to salvage their community from the brink of financial ruin. Dolton's saga serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of unchecked power and the vital importance of transparency in public office. Whether justice will prevail remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the people of Dolton are watching closely, and they're not backing down. Dolton's downfall, FBI probes, lavish spending, and furious residents, the drama in Dolton, Illinois, has gone from bad to worse as Mayor Tiffany Henyard faces mounting accusations of financial mismanagement and corruption. Her alleged extravagance, complete with lavish vacations, high-end shopping sprees, and $1 million security detail, has not only drained the town's coffers but also sparked outrage among residents and drawn the attention of federal investigators. Living large while Dolton struggles, Henyard's spending spree is the stuff of tabloid headlines. Reports detail purchases such as gold-plated staplers, designer face masks, and other luxury items totaling $333,000 on Amazon in a single day. Meanwhile, the town struggles with basic infrastructure problems like potholes and an ever-growing debt that has left it teetering on financial collapse. The mayor's security detail, rivaling that of national leaders, and her penchant for upscale dining and travel have made her lifestyle look more fit for a celebrity than the leader of a small Illinois town. Federal investigation. The FBI steps in. The FBI has taken notice, scrutinizing Henyard's financial dealings like a forensic audit. Agents are combing through receipts, credit card statements, and logs, reportedly uncovering far more discrepancies than anyone anticipated. Described as more tricks than treats, the investigation aims to piece together where Dolton's funds have gone. Henyard's lavish expenses and questionable reimbursements have raised red flags, and subpoenas have been issued to further probe her administration's practices. Chicago connection. Lightfoot joins the fight in a surprising move. Dolton's Village Board enlisted former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot to audit Henyard's spending. As a former federal prosecutor, Lightfoot has a track record of rooting out corruption and has been tasked with exposing the misuse of Dolton's funds. Lightfoot is meticulously reviewing Henyard's financial records, uncovering alarming patterns of unchecked spending and mismanagement. From luxury trips to unexplained expenses, the findings paint a stark picture of a town on the brink of financial ruin. Community outrage boils over. The people of Dolton are not sitting idly by. Outraged by the misuse of their tax dollars, residents have taken to the streets in protest, demanding Henyard's resignation. Their frustration is palpable as they struggle to reconcile the town's crumbling infrastructure and growing debt with Henyard's opulent lifestyle. At a recent village council meeting, residents unleashed their anger, calling out the mayor's actions and demanding transparency and accountability. A mayor playing the victim, Henyard, for her part, has tried to frame the backlash as a politically motivated attack, attributing the criticism to her gender and race. However, her claims ring hollow for many who see the mounting evidence of financial mismanagement as irrefutable. Her attempts to fight back have done little to quell the growing outrage or stop the investigations into her conduct. Dolton on the brink. Dolton's situation feels like a train wreck in slow motion, a town once thriving, now mired in debt and scandal. With the FBI investigation intensifying and Lightfoot's audit exposing new revelations daily, the future looks grim for Henyard and the town she leads. For Dolton's residents, this isn't just about one person's downfall. It's a fight to save their community from financial ruin. They've had enough of seeing their hard-earned taxes vanish to fund a lifestyle they didn't sign up for, and they're demanding change. The fallout from this scandal is far from over, but one thing is clear: Dolton's residents, armed with their voices and their protests, aren't giving up the fight to reclaim their town.